Hello everyone, my name is Chandan and I welcome you to my channel. Today we are going to look how to host a static website using GitHub. Okay, before we start, I would like to give you a basic overview of what static website is. A static website is a site which doesn't have a backend support. When I say backend support, that means it doesn't have a business logic layer or it doesn't have a database. That means you cannot do any sort of. I'll just give you a basic example. If you want to sign into a site, so you put in your username and password and you hit submit or login, it takes those information and talks to a system. Now there is a system which is listening to this information, listening to this request with those data, and it will go and verify in the database that this user exists or not. If that user exists, then send him this file or that file. Or some sort of business logic is there behind. So that is dynamic website. Okay, but when you say static website, it doesn't have any sort of any support or anything that I just told you about. So all it has is just plain information on your or plain information on a site. Okay, just to give you an example, this is a static website. So if you see that, this is just an information. The site just have information. If you click on about, so it will tell you about about the site or about the company or about the services that it can provide. So and when I click on this name and when I hit enter, and when I add my name or email address or message and send, this will not work because this is again going to talk to my server, and that will make this something else. Okay, so when I say static website, it is just for the information purpose. Many of the companies have their own static website where they just want their information to be published, like about the company. If you want to talk to them, if you want to write to them, those information will be there. So this is something about the static website. And if you have a plain basic website, okay, and you want to make it online, you have it in your system locally and you want to push it to the internet so that people can access it, people can see it live. Okay, so and if you say this is a site which I have designed, okay, I haven't designed, I have taken it from someone else, okay, and I have hosted it somewhere. And what is that? And you can see that this is the link to my website. And if I copy this and if I share this link to you, you should be able to reach to this. You should be able to open this site. Okay. But in order to be able to do that, your files, the website files, that is index HTML and about services, all those HTML files, the CSS, the images that you see on this page, they need to be hosted somewhere. They need to be deployed somewhere. Okay. Only then people will be able to access those files, and we call it hosting. And for in order to do that, you need to take some services from companies like Wix, company like GoDaddy. There are many more. There are plethora of companies available who give you hosting services. You can take up your files, push it, just keep it in the on their server, and that will they will make your website online. People will be able to access it, but they come with a cost. But if you just want your website to be available to people without any cost, this is the place where you have to come. That is GitHub. You can use GitHub repo to host your website. Okay, so I'm going to explain you from the beginning how we can achieve that. Okay, what you need is, I'll tell you what we need. We need a GitHub repo. Okay, I'll explain you that as well. What is a repo and how to create an account and all those things. Another thing is you need the project files. That with files, I mean the HTML files that you have. I'll show you those as well. And then you need an IDE or a Git Bash so that your local machine can talk to the GitHub repo that you have. Okay, so we will quickly start with GitHub first. So if you go to GitHub, so this is the place where you have to go, github.com. Okay, you can search it online and you can land to this page. So first of all, if you don't have a GitHub account, you have to create a GitHub account. So click on sign up. Okay, and it is pulling my username and password. So I'll just remove it. So when you land to this page, you have to put in your username and then email address and then password. Okay, and do the verification and create account. That's it. So the moment you click and create an account, it will send you a verification link to your email address that you have provided here, and you have to click on that email address from your you have to click on that verification link, which you have received in your email inbox. Then that link will go and activate your account, and it will ask you to put in the password that you have created. So you will land to this page. Okay, or maybe it will directly sign you in the moment the verification is completed. So since my verification is completed, I am on this page, and this is my username and I have entered my password. I'm sorry, I'll go to sign in. Okay, they look alike actually. So this is my username and password, and I will hit sign in. Okay, now right after signing in, this is the page I'm going to go. Okay, I'll get this page and I'll click on my profile. I'll click your repository. Okay, so this is where you get to see all the repositories that you have created so far. Okay, and the first thing you need to do is you have to click on new. Okay, and you have to give a name to this repository. It is just like a folder name. Okay, so let's go for test. I'm sorry, test YT GitHub. Okay, so this is the repository name I'm giving. I want to keep it. If you want to add some description to this, you can do it. It is an optional field, and you can make it public. Okay, and this is public. Just leave it public, and then don't add the README file or anything as such. Just click on repository. Okay, okay. Now when you go to this again, let's go back to this user and then click on your repository. You will see that there is a new repository added to the list. So this is the repository where which I'm going to use for my project. Okay, so let's okay, my repository is done. Okay, we are done from the GitHub site for now. Okay, now the second thing which I'm going to show you is these. Okay, now yes. Okay, so these are the files. Okay, which these are the files for my static website. If I show you, click on this index.html, and this will load the same website that I have hosted on my GitHub. Okay, so we can ignore as of now. Just consider that I don't have anything hosted on GitHub. So let me get rid of that. And if you see the link of this, this is pulling a file from a local, that is C user, desktop, and this is the file which it is pulling from a local. If you see, it is doing the same thing which I showed you earlier. Let's go to home. Okay, now this is ready on my local. You can see these files are ready on these are the files which I need for my static site. Now I want to publish this. So what I have to do is I'll use two ways. One is the IDE. Okay, you can use any of your favorite IDE. The other thing is Git Bash, but there are two. I mean, you don't need to have Git Bash in order to do this, but I will just show you two different ways. The first way is using the IDE. So I'm using Eclipse to do that. Okay, in case you have IntelliJ, you have Visual Studio, you have Visual Studio Code, any IDE that support integration with GitHub will do the job. Okay, and if you don't have IDE, we have another way as well. That would be GitHub Bash. Okay, so or maybe you can use command prompt as well. I'll explain you that too. So what we are going to do is we are in a Eclipse workspace. I'll just right click on an open space, and I'll click on import. When I click on import, I'll go to general and I'll select project from folder or archive, because I have a folder where I have all the files available. So I'll select that and I'll click next, and I'll go to click on directory and I'll locate the same folder that I just showed you. Okay, so I'll go to HTML, and then I'll go to YouTube and I'll select this YT Eclipse. Okay, and I hit OK. So what it will do is it will go and read the folder. Okay, so it has picked it up, and I'll click on. If everything is all right, then you'll find this finish button enabled for you. I'll click on this. Once I click on it, okay, you can see that white Eclipse. This is the other one, the project that I have from, when we load it. So just ignore this. So these are the project. These are the files that we see here in this folder. Okay. What you will do is, okay, let me just, I want to push this to GitHub. Okay. I want to push all these files, or maybe I can say all these files using my Eclipse IDE to my GitHub repo. This is the repo that I have just created, test YT GitHub. Okay, so what I will do is I'll click on this project root directory, that is the name of the project. I'll click on this, I'll go to team, and I'll go to share project. When I click on share project, this is the interface that you will see, and I will click on create. So these are the existing ones. I'm not going to do that. I click on create. I'm sorry, just a minute. Use or create repository in the parent folder of the project. I'll use this and I will select this. Okay. And I will create repository. This has created the repository for me. I'll click on finish. Okay. Now, if you see that this, icon like an arrow, that means that this is a GitHub project. I mean, you have created a repo for GitHub. Okay, now what I will do is I'll just quickly make a change, or maybe I'll just leave it as it is, and I'll click on this again. I'll click on Teams, and you will find all these options now. They were not available earlier, but now you have it. So what you are going to do is you will click on commit, okay, and this will open this Git staging perspective. I mean, the windows for you. So, and you can see that these are the files which you are going to push from this project to your Git repository. So just make sure that you don't push this project and anything that was not here. Okay. So project was added by Eclipse. So we have to ignore this. So I'll select all, but I'll not select project. Okay, so I'm going to push all these changes. Okay, if you see that images are coming, they were not listed here, but images are actually present here inside. Okay, similarly, we have CSS, style CSS is available within CSS folder. I've selected all of them. I'll just quickly, hold them and I'll bring it to stage changes. And for this changes, I'll just add a message, added a new site changes or something like anything meaningful. Okay, and this will be automatically picked, and I will hit on commit and push. Now when I click on commit and push, okay, it will ask you for all this information. Now it is asking you, okay, you want to push it to Git repository, tell me the location. Okay, tell me the address. So what you have to do is you have lots of repository, you cannot just go and push it to anyone. So you have to specify which repository you're going to push it to. So we'll go for this. This is the one we have created for this video. So I'll click on that, and I'll go to, this is the link, okay, HTTPS, and this is the link. So copy this, okay, and come here and put it in the URI. So the moment you click on this, the moment you enter that link here, it will pull up all the data by itself. Okay, and this username and password is already still. I mean, this has been already stored by Eclipse because I have already used it. So, and in case you don't have it, you put in the GitHub username and password here that you just created. Okay, and I will hit on next. Okay, and the branch name is okay. Now one thing which is important here to note is the branch is master here by default, but if you go to uh, you know this thing, our GitHub, the branch name is not Git. It is so the branch name is not master anymore. Okay, it is actually main. I will explain you that. Okay, so by default it creates a main branch rather than master, which was earlier. Okay, but now it is not anymore master, it is main now. So you have to make sure that you are pushing it to main branch. click on that. What is it doing? MAIN, hit tab, okay, and hit next, okay, and hit finish. So when you click on finish, let's wait. See, you can see that it is pushing. I mean, there was a message there going, which was telling about the percentage of completion. So once that is completed successfully, you will land to this page. And if you see this page, that means you are done. You'll just click on close, and now you have to go to this GitHub and click on the same repo again. When you click on that, you will find all those files that you had on your local pushed to GitHub. Okay, that means your files are online now. You're on this page. Cool. Okay, I hope you know you have understood everything so far. In case you don't, you can leave the message in the comment box, and I will just try to answer your doubt. So we are here on this page now. I have these files, but if I click on this, this is not going to open the site. In order to open the site, what you have to do is you have to go to settings. Okay, and okay, just know that we are going to the setting for this repo. So each repo has its own setting page. Click on setting, scroll down, and go to GitHub pages. Okay, so this is the thing which will make your site live. Okay, so click on this none and click on main. This is the branch actually. So it is asking you where I have to take the file from, which branch. So the only branch I have as of now is main, and leave the rest of the thing. It is going to look out for that index file in the root folder. Okay, in the root folder. So it is right on the root folder, and hit on save. So the moment you click on save, it will you will see GitHub pages source saved. You have to go back to that GitHub pages, and it will give you a link here. So when you click on this link, I'm sorry. Okay, it takes a while. Just a minute. All right. So if you have seen that, this is the link which it has created. But if you click on this, okay, this is what you're getting. Okay, you will not be able. I mean, the site is not up yet. So what you have to do is sometimes it loads automatically, but sometimes it doesn't. What you have to do is you have to just add the name of the file, that is index.html here, and enter. Okay, and your site is up. And this is the link that you have to share with your friends or client, whoever it is. Okay, whoever you want to share it with, they will be able to see it. But sometimes, probably you may check after a day or two. In fact, when you click on this, it opens that as well. But this is not loading for some reason, but that's fine. I've told you how to load it up. You need to add the file that you want to display. Okay, and all this function, I mean, all that you saw last time would be up. It's not that it is going to load only the index HTML. They are connected to each other. So we should be good on that. Okay, so this was all about bringing your site online. Okay, and as I told you that we are going to talk about the index file that I told you. If I go to the code, okay, it is going to pull up all the files that we have. So it is targeting the index.html. Make sure that you have this file in your project, in your code, in your HTML. All the HTML pages. You have this file at least. The GitHub will go and take this file and publish it. Okay, so this is one part. The other part that I wanted to show you is I'll quickly create another repo for the same. Okay, so let me go to this, go to repository. You can do it from here as well, and click on new. So this time would be test git bash. Okay, leave the same thing, leave everything as same, and click on create repository, and you'll be landed to the same page again, this page. Okay, and now what I will do is, in order to if you don't have id, if you're on a machine where you just have the file, where you just have the file, this time I'll use git bash file. I mean, you can take any file. I have named it at git bash just to differentiate between the two ways I'm using. So these are the files that you have on your system, but you don't have ID installed on that machine. So what you can do is you'll have to install another one, a small program that is Git Bash download. Okay. So when you type Git Bash download, go to this download gitscm.com, click on that, and you have to download the latest version for Windows. Okay, if you are on Mac, you can go for Mac. If you're on Linux, you can go for Linux. So I am on Windows. On Windows, okay, and your download is starting. It will quickly download the file for me, but I'm not going to install that. The reason is I already have it. Okay, so I'll click cancel, and once you download it, you just have to double click on it and hit next, next, next without making any change in any of the fields that it pulls up from your system. Okay, so once that is done, what you will see is you will see an icon here, Git Bash icon. Okay, in case you don't see it, you don't have to worry. You just have to put Git Bash here. Okay, and it will show up in your startup menu. Okay, so what you have to do is the Git Bash is installed. Okay, and in order to confirm that you are able to do everything, what you have to do is just put in command cmd. You are able to use GitHub. You have to type in open command prompt. Okay, so and what you have to do is just type in git hyphen hyphen version. Okay, and enter. And if it shows you the version, that means your Git installation was successful. Your Git is up and running. And in case it says that GitHub is not recognized as an internal or external command, what you have to do is, I'll tell you quickly. You have to go to this, or maybe just right click on it, go to properties, okay, and go to this path. That is here. So go to C, program files, and Git. You will find the files here. Okay. So click on the CMD, and this is the Git. Okay. So okay. So in case you get that, okay, after installing Git Bash and you're getting Git is not an in command prompt. If you're getting that, Git is not an internal or external command. What you have to do is you have to copy this path. Okay. That is C program files Git and then cmd. Copy this path and add it to your environment variables. So this is my Windows 10 machine. I'll just quickly type environment, edit the system environment variables, go there. Okay, and it will open this file, this for you. Click on environment variables. In the system variable, click on path, double click on it. It will open the list of path that you have added to the system. I'm sorry for the noise. We have Diwali in India, so you will find this noise, the crackers. Okay, now you have to do is, if you don't find the same path that we copied here in the list, you have to add it. So click on new, and you have to paste this there. Okay, but since this is already added, I'm not going to add them. Okay, so tab out, and you can click OK, and you are done. Okay, and you should be okay. So again, once you are done with that, you have to verify it again. Click on CMD, open CMD, and type git hyphen hyphen version. And this time it should show you the version number. Okay. In case this doesn't show, all you have to do is restart your machine. That's it. The problem will be solved. I'm sure about that. Okay. So when you see that the Git version, when you see the Git version is here, that means it is working fine. So just close it. What I will do is we will open this, we will use this Git Bash, okay, not this icon, but we will open the project that we have, okay, HTML, I'll go to YouTube and Git Bash. So you have to come to your project folder, okay, and right click on it, and you'll find Git Bash here. If Git Bash is successfully added to your machine, you'll find an option Git Bash here. Okay, you'll find an option when you right click on it in this folder. Make sure you have to open Git Bash in this folder where you have the project files, where you have this index file, HTML, about, CSS, all the files related to your project. So click on Git Bash here, okay, and that will open up a command prompt window, you know, okay, which is actually Git Bash. So what you have to do is, the first thing you have to do is, okay, now if you remember, we have created another repository within my account, and this is my repo. This is a link to my repo. Okay, so here what you have to do is, first of all, initialize the Git, and the command from it for it is git init, enter. Okay, so your Git is initialized. Now the second thing is, what you have to do is, first of all, you have to select the right branch. Okay, so if you remember, I told you that the branch for GitHub, but the default branch for GitHub is not master, it is main. Okay, so we have to take whatever the changes, whatever the files that we are going to push to this repository, we are going to push in the main branch. So we have to specify that here. So the command from that for that is git, and you have to specify the branch hyphen capital M and the name of the branch, that is main. Okay, and hit enter. Okay, headmaster not found, branch rename failed. Okay. Okay, looks like there may be some issue, but that's fine. I'll just start all over again. So get, okay, all right, guys. There was a small error on my machine because I was playing with multiple branches. So when you have the status, when you see all these green files, okay, the next thing that you have to do is you have to make sure that you're pushing the files to the right branch. If you remember, it was master earlier, but now it has main. So you have to switch from one branch to the other one. So how you have to do is, you have to uh, in order to switch to this other branch, so you have to use this checkout -b and the name of the branch. And the name of the branch was, if it is master, then you have to add main. Okay, but if it is just main, you just have to leave it. Okay, so don't go with that. So once you hit enter, it will switch the branch to master, and you will be on this master branch. So we are here, and I'll just quickly check if everything is all right with the same thing. Status. Okay, hit status, and you can see that there is no commit yet, and these are the files which we have to commit, okay, to GitHub repo. So, and where are we going to push my changes to? So if you come here, and on this screen you have to copy this command, the entire command here, git remote add origin. Okay, so I'll come back to this, and I'll remove this git because this is the git word is already there. Okay, and just right click when you copy there, and right click on it, it will paste the entire path, entire line for you, and hit enter. Okay, now if you don't see any error, that means you are good. And the last, okay, now you have to add a message as well. Okay, like the way we added in Eclipse. Okay, so just add first commit. If you don't know what to add, then just copy this entire line and paste it. Okay, okay, so this is what it has created. So 8 files changes there. These are 8 files. Okay, and these all push is tied to this message. Okay, so when you want to, in future, when you want to search that what was the changes that I made against this commit, then you can go and you can pull out those changes, and each file will show you the changes there. So now I am good to go. So the last command that I have to use is git push origin main. So I will just copy that and hit right click on it here. Sorry, something is wrong. It did not copy, it seems. Control C, come here, remove this first commit and hit right click. Okay, and hit enter. Okay, if you're doing this for the first time, Okay, what you have to what it will ask you is it will ask you to put in the username and password. Okay, so username and password for your GitHub. Okay, so this GitHub, so whatever the username that you provided, okay, so that is the username and password for your account. Okay, just a minute, and hit login. Login failed, control C to control basic credential prompt. Okay, so I don't know, I mean, I got this error every time. So and then right after that it will open this UI, this little application for you. You have to put the same information again, SIIZY, that's my username. Okay, and then it will ask you for to put in the password. Okay, and hit OK. And when you do that, it will try, it has, if you see, it has connected. It is connected to GitHub and everything is done. Branch main set up to track remote branch main from origin. Now it is all done. Your machine is connected to GitHub. So in order to verify that, we minimize the screen and just refresh this page or the repo that you have created for the bash. And you can see the same files are available again now in this folder, in this repo. Okay, and you can see that these all changes are tied to this, again the same message. Go to settings and do the same thing again. Go to GitHub pages, select the branch that is the main branch, leave it everything as it is, click on save, and the moment it says give you this message, go scroll down again back to where it was, GitHub pages, and click on this, open it in your new page, new tab, and it will say the site. Don't freak out at this point. You have to put index.html. Okay, hit enter. And remember that, and this is up for you. Okay, everything the way it was. Okay, and remember this is the name of the file that you have in the root folder. That is the code. Go to code, and you will find this is the file which GitHub is targeting. Okay, so it will look for this file. So, and that is what you have provided. Okay, and that is it for this video. I guess everything I have covered everything. And do let me know in the comment section if you have any doubt or need more explanation, or if you want me to create something else, if you like my explanation. Okay, and I have hosted many sites. If I show you, just go there. I've used it for many demonstration. Go to repository, and you can see I like to design website. I'm still learning it. Okay, I'm not a pro, but I like it because I'm a automation engineer, and I need some demo websites for my testing. So I develop my own website as well, just for my project, for my own learning. So this is my these all sites, they are all hosted one or the other. I'm sorry. On GitHub, I have used the same uh, you know I have used the same concept that I explained to you. This is hosted, these are hosted, one with using the Git Bash and one with GitHub. Okay, one with IDE. Okay, and this is the other one, this is also hosted, and this is also hosted. Okay, and I do a lot of things just for my own learning purpose. Do connect to me if you want to understand or know anything more about me or my work. And this site is just for my demo. Don't reach out to me for anything, okay? Because the content of this site are just dummy contents. Okay, they are not real. No one is going to charge you $500, $2,000 for to create a static website. Okay, hope you have understood and I have explained you things in detail. Okay, and if you have any doubt, again, I'm telling you, if you have any doubt, just reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to explain you with the best of my knowledge. Thank you so much to give time for my channel. And if you like it, just hit like and subscribe, and hit the bell icon in order to get notification whenever I upload a new video on my channel. Thank you so much. Have a good time ahead.